Anderson High School was family. I would say that because the teachers were like us, the same color as we were, same people who shopped at the same stores that we did, lived in the community where we lived, went to church where we lived, so they knew us and they actually cared about us. I mean, it was family. And that's proven by today. With after almost 47 years, we still have connection. So the teachers cared. That's one thing that I got from that, and I maybe did not really understand why we had to go to all these different classes, whatever. But as I've grown up, I see how each class has played a very important part of my life. I wasn't necessarily preparing myself for college. I took the technical route, and I remember Mr. Mosley. I took drafting, and eventually I went into drafting and became a manager in a drafting department because he taught me well, and so it paid off as I became an adult. Graduating from and finishing school, that was one of the dreams of my father, and I was the first of his children to graduate. And so and he was gone at this time. He died in February of 1965, and so he did not get to see me graduate. But I remember that walking across that stage and thinking that he could witness what was happening, and so that was very memorable. But also the relationships that I developed in school have lasted me a lifetime between the students and the teachers. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed even though I did not participate in sports or in the band, but during those days, that was one of the highlights. Was the football games and the L. Sanderson band playing, when they really played music that we could identify with, and we had fun together. The stands would be rocking. It was very enjoyable, even though it was a very trying time for me, but yet it was also an enjoyable time for me. It was a school where the teachers cared about the students. Where the students, I think unlike today, respected their teachers because the teachers had a hand of discipline at that time, which they don't have the luxury of doing that now. But then they would have to discipline you. They would, and the teachers knew your name, and it was a school where the teachers understood us as students and the struggles we were having during that time. We were come from a poor community. There may be some who was affluent, but most of us was all, we just come from a poor. We didn't even realize we were poor until we got older and ventured outside our domain, that we saw that, hey, there's the other side of life. But our teachers prepared us for that other side of life. So but I would just tell you that Anderson High School was an all-black school, mostly all black teachers who helped us rise to the challenges that we faced in life. That's why I would tell them that black and gold stands out. Even in my mind today, that black and gold of the yellow jacket still stands out. I think we missed that era in our lives and I was just reading in my yearbook how the Principal Pickford said that the school portion of our life was just one element in our life. You had the families, which are most important. I thank God for my family, for my dad, who encouraged me to do my best. And in that you had the elements of our growing up. You had the church, which also was very important. And in our class alone, we have many pastors who come out of the class of 1965 who have still, serving God. And I think there was a portion that I remember. And I must say this, is that the kids nowadays, they don't have that element of God in the school, whereas we did, you know, before the day got started, you had prayer, you know, even over the loudspeakers, you had prayer, and you had teachers who went to church, and they understood the importance of all of the family, the school, and the church in developing us as human beings. And then somehow or another, we need to get back to that, you know. So, and that's the thing. Everybody lived in the same community. See, you had the teachers who lived in that community, east side of I-35. You know, and so you saw them, and your parents knew them. Parents was not afraid to go and talk with the teachers if there was an issue with the students. Hey, the teacher would come by into the house and talk with your parents and get you back on track. So they were very caring, personal, and concerned. And I'm not saying there's teachers not doing that today, but when it comes to us as a race of people, they don't have that personal contact that was there back before 1971. They don't have that anymore.